Well, that's their definition. That's their opinion. My opinion, and it's just an opinion, but it can't be refuted, is I say that whatever arises out of your approaching a situation not knowing, which means what? It means you can't approach the situation with any plans. Can you do that? Can you go into a place without any plans and without any thoughts of helping anyone? We're destined. We want to help, man. We want to fix it. Not knowing says, enter the situation without any idea of what to do. No planning. So you have all this experience. You've studied all of these techniques to be used, whether it's in prison work or in death and dying or in Zendos or wherever. You've studied all this stuff. You know all this stuff. I'm saying forget about it. Forget about it. Enter without any plan, without anything that you think you have to do. And then bear witness to the situation. You don't get that so easy. What does that mean? Try to become the situation. Try to get rid of that subject-object duality. And then I say that things that come up will come up. And that answers a lot of the questions that came here. I'll go through the sheet in a second, but a lot of the questions that came up. If you do that, then you can be part of our Zen Peacemaker work, and everything is okay. Nothing is resolved. If you want resolution, don't come to me. I have no way of knowing about any kind of thing such as resolution. I have no way of knowing what to do. Wherever, and believe me, I go around the world still, and I serve in different parts of the world, and I do not go to any of those places with any idea of what to do. I just go, and I try to bear witness what's happening. What's happening here? And the more difficult, in a way, the situation, the more I'm drawn to go there, because I want to expand this circle. I want to expand the interconnectedness of Bernie. And I find that one of the best ways of doing that is by going to places which my head says, that's not me, and they're all screwed up. That's my head talking. So I go there and try to not have any ideas of thoughts of what to do, and try to bear witness to what's happening and see what arises. That's the third tenet. So your question started off, you see, I went off on a tangent on the first word, I know. See where that, it's important for me to say where I'm coming from. I don't know any facts. I know lots of opinions. I've been involved in many things, and I've been in charge of many things, and I've been serving in many things. I've played many different roles. And for the last few years, I've been in charge of nothing. But I think the things that I was in charge in, they were good. I liked what came out. I'm happy with what happened. And I try to leave when there's somebody better to take care of it. And do I stick around too long? Sometimes, I'm sure. Do I think I'm always doing the right thing? No, I never think I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing what comes up for me by being in that situation. So when I went to, for example, this big project in Yonkers, and it's very big. When I wanted to do something in social action, we moved into this very poor place, to was completely covered with crack vials, a lot of prostitution, a lot of killings. It was a tough area. Half of the membership, at that time we were called the Zen Community in New York, half of the membership left. Because most Zen memberships are white, they have money, some money, they're not so worried about money. Otherwise they probably couldn't come to retreats and stuff like that. It's a vehicle that's not made for the poor. And they were afraid, and I didn't blame them. They were afraid to come where we were going because it was a tough area, man. And we bore witness to what was going on. So there was all kinds of things going on. Could have gotten involved in gang warfare, could have gotten involved in many things. But bearing witness, what came up was that homelessness was huge. It had the highest percentage per capita homeless rate in the country. And it was also residing in one of the wealthiest counties in the country, Westchester County. And looking at the homelessness, most were single-parent families. So what came out was the desire to work with single-parent homeless families. And as a Buddhist, I look at, again, bearing witness, looking very holistically, there was a lot that needed. So homelessness implies, oh, you got to build housing. Well, we did build housing, but housing could become slums. What you needed was housing, you needed jobs. But to have jobs, you need childcare. To maintain the jobs, you needed drug work, addiction work. So it became a rather large thing. Homelessness in that area has gone down 75%. And we've created 160 jobs. I mean, there are 160 staff, and so many people get jobs and they go on to other things. We've created over 300 units of housing for previously homeless families. It's done really well. And at some point, I felt my role was gone. What was my role in the beginning? In the beginning, my role was to have that vision and to say we're going to do something about it. It came out. And I had members who said, but we have no money. You can't do. I said, you're looking in your own pockets. So there's a need. At any rate, it happened, and then at some point, which was about 15 years ago, or 20 years ago, I stepped aside. Let others were running it. About a year ago, I went back. I now volunteer 1 day a month there. I work in the AIDS work, and I work in the spiritual component. It's an integration of it's a spiritual foundation based on the 3 tenets and on something called the 5 Buddha families. About 20 companies, and everybody is on a path. Everybody, it's like going to Doksan. Every person goes through a path, creates a path with a person who's fully hired as a path maker. That's a role that my previous life issue created, to work with each person and create a path using the 5 Buddha family. Which, what do you want to do in terms of work? What's your dreams in terms of work? What's your dreams in terms of education? What's your dreams in terms of social action? What's your dreams in terms of relationship? And what's your dreams in terms of spirituality? And then a year later we look, change your mind? How have you done along these ways? And that goes on year after year. So I'm also working with the person in charge of that to sort of beef up. But I'm not as a boss. I'm a servant in those places. And there was a time that for me, the correct role for I didn't plan that this is such and such. They came out of always entering the situation, not knowing, bearing witness to what's going on, and seeing what comes up. Wow, that's a long answer to it. I'm going to look at the questions of it. Huh? We're having sound difficulties.
Yeah, it's coming in and out.
I'm coming in and out.
Does anyone have trouble hearing in the back?
It's been fading up and down.
It's been fading up and down. And I've been talking fairly loud, huh?
Yeah, we can hear you, but we're not hearing you all the time through the mic. If I can hear you, most people can hear you. I'm not sure.
Uh-oh. Maybe. Should it be up higher, or you think it's
On your collar.
on my collar?
No, it's the kerchief, the thing in the top. We need a D battery for the thing.
You need a battery for the thing in the pocket.
Or whatever. 9 volt? There you go.
Huh? We're talking technical.
The square one.
This is the thing in my pocket.